longer you spend your time as a family cook, the more utensils you accumulate. All of a sudden, you begin to realize you need a bigger space to store them all. The only problem is you have a limited kitchen area. Well, when storage space is a serious problem in your small kitchen, there's no solution but to be resourceful and creative to get as maximum as possible. Does it feel like you've executed all the ideas that exist? Don't worry, you can always find ways to squeeze in a little extra storage. The tricks vary broadly from repurposing a shoe rack to utilizing a pegboard. Here are dozens of them. As always, SimpHome presents you with the list. Number 12. Give your regular cabinet a new pull-out kitchen shelf. First, measure the cabinet by opening the door. Then, position the drawer slide with an extended inner rail. After that, measure the space between the cabinet side and the back of the drawer slide. This way you can get the exact dimension of your cleats that will help your shelf pass the cabinet door and hinges smoothly. Once you've made the cleats, set them aside. It's time to build the drawer. Remember to subtract 1.5 inches from the shelf's width and depth to know the dimension of the shelf bottom. Consider concealing any screw heads with a 1/2-inch wood button for a more finished look. Number 11. Replace your backsplash with pegboards. Pegboards can work great for any wall in the kitchen and will be an ideal choice to complete your backsplash. Besides pegboards, you'll also need plank, wood screws, wall anchors with matching screws, clear polyurethane or paint, a brush, tray, paint roller, wood skewers, drill, tape measure, level, and pencil to execute this storage hack. First, paint the planks and pegboards and let them sit for 24 hours until dry. Then, add stability and set anchor points by lining up a pair of planks with the pegboards, one for each side, and secure them with drill and wood screws. Number 10. A sliding pot rack idea. Another cool way to increase kitchen cabinet storage is by making a sliding pot rack. The first thing you require is an empty kitchen cabinet. Then, gather the tools and materials such as essential hand tools, drill driver, jigsaw, pines, side mount drawer slides, and hooks. Create a sliding pot rack in 6 steps. Measure the cabinet, build the H-frame, mount the drawer slides, screw the slides to the carrier, add the hooks, and install. Number 9. The IKEA Alex kitchen hack for multiple users. Multifunction items are necessary for small kitchen space. With this idea, you can have a cart to store the tools and utensils more efficiently and do the prep before cooking. However, bear with the process as it involves a lot of items. At least, you'll need drawers, a spice rack, butcher block, pine planks, and casters. First, install casters into IKEA Alex. Afterward, get IKEA Beckvam, turn the spice rack upside down, and screw it into the butcher block. Later, this rack will store your utensils with the help of hanging rings. Continue putting the butcher block atop the drawer and setting the planks as the drop leaf. Number 8. A DIY drawer dividers with sliding tray. To start the project, if your drawer is 4 inches deep, you'll need 2-inch strips to create the divider. Then, cut notches so that you can assemble the strips more easily. Using wood glue or nails, you do not need to secure the dividers into the drawers. This way, you can change the layout if you want. After installing the divider, you can make the drawer organizer tray. This tray can slide back and forth, which levels up your kitchen storage solutions. To create the tray, you only need to get a sheet of plywood. Ensure the plywood is half the drawer's length so you can slide it easily. Number 7. Add a bit of quirky look with these live edge shelves. Extra hanging shelving above the countertop is a must to maximize your kitchen space. For the sake of uniqueness, use live edge solid wood for sure. Here's how. Pick appropriate wood greater than 1 inch thick and greater than 5 inches deep. Cut it so one is flat if both sides have a live edge. Wall drill the vacant space to secure a bracket after finding the center of the stud. After this step, you'll need a lot of measuring and leveling work done. Drill the wood for the brackets accurately. Support is required to ensure safety. You could either use a drill press or build a jig. Number 6. A kitchen racks and plate idea from Setyard Furniture. First, find wood strips at a local store and install them at the top and bottom of the cabinet with a slight gap between the 2 strips. Later, the gaps work as the rails for the dividers. Insert dividers and mind the space between one and another. The spaces created by any 2 dividers become vertical shelves, so make them fit different items' thicknesses. Number 5. Repurpose an old drawer to a drop-down spice rack. Using a $1 drawer at a flea market, you can get a drop-down spice rack under the cabinet. First, remove any hardware from the drawer, like the old rails. Adjust the drawer length with the cabinet depth and cut the back part if it's longer than the cabinet. Make the new support for the back, then secure it with a staple gun and glue to have a good joint. After that, attach a piano hinge or a pair of chains on both sides to hold the drawer. Assemble a shelf or two after measuring the height of the spice, install the drawer, and it's done. Number 4. A wicker bike basket storage idea for your garden produce. These wicker baskets look cute in the bathroom. Imagine you bring them to your kitchen. You'll get cool additional storage to organize potatoes, tomatoes, and other produce. You only need to get 4 wicker baskets and slip the buckle straps through them. Hang the baskets on a bamboo ladder and load them with produce. Number 3. Double spice racks behind the door. The following solution is the answer to better your bottle organization. However, don't execute this hack when you have a lot on your plate because the project will take a full day. Measure the opening height and the distance between the narrowest width from door parts or protruding edges. Then, check whether the swing-out storage will fit the opening diagonally. After that, build the storage frame by cutting plywood and assembling them using nails and glue. Number 2. Craft a new hidden toe kick drawer. The toe kick area is meant to let your toe rest while standing in front of the kitchen cabinet. Thus, many cabinet manufacturers purposefully make it unoccupied and sealed. With some work, the toe kick area could serve you some extra space for storage. The more excellent part is it's hidden. Get a drawer kit to do this job and measure both the drawer and the toe kick area. Bear with the measuring work as you want it to be precise. Use a table saw and miter saw to cut the drawer if necessary. Lastly, attach the toe kick board to the drawer front. You'll probably need to cut the board height a little to provide some opener space. Before we complete the countdown with our final choice of the current list, we'd like to inform you that if you need other improvement ideas, you have SimpHome Content Collections on your side. There, we cover other interesting topics such as garden, home improvement, finance, bathroom upgrade, bedroom update ideas, and many more. We'll see you there, and until we meet again sometime in the future, let's close our countdown with number 1, a corner kitchen cabinet idea with Lazy Susan. Installing Lazy Susan in a corner cabinet is a great idea because it allows you to easily access every item you store there. You can buy a Lazy Susan kit with a pie-cut corner to make it easier. Then you can make the cabinet by cutting side panels first. You will also need to cut out toe kicks using a jigsaw to match the base cabinets. Once the frame is ready, do not assemble the top yet. Consider installing the Lazy Susan kit because it will be much easier to do it with a partially done cabinet rather than a fully finished one. That's it for now. Before you leave this presentation, we'd like to appreciate every second you spend watching the video. If we deserve more of your attention in the future, press the subscribe button if you haven't done it already. Like the video if you believe it will motivate the YouTube algorithm to push the video to more people. Honestly though, it's more like a myth to us, so feel free to move on with your plan after the video ends. Lastly, we hope you have great luck with your health and project. See you again soon.